We had talked about wanting to do solar for a long time. Our goal was frankly to see if we could zero out our power bill, which not everybody obviously has that goal. Some people just want to offset. But for us, we wanted to do a grid tied system. So I ran a bunch of spreadsheets to figure out what my cost was. What had my consumption been? It was a calculated decision based on how net metering works in my area. So it made sense from a just return on investment perspective. I did a lot of research before I decided, yes, I'm committing to a DIY. Some people I know were like, you're crazy. You really shouldn't do this. And thanks to the advent of YouTube, the materials that you guys gave me, I found it to be far simpler than I thought it was going to be, than I was prepared for. And I've since talked it up with a lot of people that now you can absolutely do this. It's just not that difficult. The instructions were super clear. The end phase setup was super easy. I had 30 microinverters I put in and everything lit up on the first try. We didn't have any issues at all. Everything was exactly in the right spot because the easy, barcode identification of where it goes in the array and your map. And honestly, the actual time on the roof and the time doing the wiring and all of that was max 3 days, all in. And this is a big system, right? But it took me a max of 3 days to do all that work. We added some panels later, which I had planned for in the beginning. I had talked with you guys, and when you guys did the layout for me, it took me 45 minutes, an hour to put 3 more panels up on the roof. And suddenly I had a bunch more. I had another 1.5 kilowatt hours roughly generating off those panels. So I referred you guys to somebody a couple of years ago, and we started talking actually when I started going through the process. He went out on Nextdoor, and I was following lots of solar groups and forums at the time, and he went out on Nextdoor and said, has anybody ever done their own? Is this even possible? I'm like, oh, I just bought, and it's on its way to me, a whole system from Unbound, and I'm gonna give it a go. He's like, okay, I want to see. So he came over during the project, and this guy kind of followed that whole process. Built a lot of confidence that he could do it. He had some health issues, I think, couldn't get on the roof. But he was able to still get it installed, like a whole lot easier because he ordered from you guys. Instead of doing the whole project with the solar contractor, he hired an electrician and somebody that could just install the parts and pieces. And I'm sure he had a much better bottom line price than had he just hired a solar company to come out and do it. And for those of us that want to do it alone, I'm super glad you guys are there as an option. I'm not sure we'd be running on solar today had we not had you guys as an option, because it really helped us keep our costs down. The way you stepped in with me last summer, I mean, you didn't get a dime out of me adding 3 panels last summer. Your company didn't make a dime, and you put in time to update my electrical drawing. You helped me with looking for panels, and that kind of service after a sale is pretty rare.